Okay, this video is for a question for a guy. He's a foreigner, and then he found out that his Filipina girlfriend has a Filipino husband. Okay, why does this happen? I don't know. Kidding. Um, okay, I also don't understand why they do that, honestly, but I did ask some, and I heard some stories. Okay. Before there was a girl that lived in our house, and then her sister works in a bar, and then she came to Angeles City with her husband and their child. Now, uh, at first she didn't want to work in the bar, but eventually she did. Then her husband would get jealous, blah blah blah. But anyway, she's the breadwinner, and then the husband is taking care of the child. But the sad part is, I heard they broke up eventually because the girl chose a foreigner over her Filipino husband. So there are many situations that a girl can come to Angeles City. First of all, it could be by a family. They could have a family from who came to Angeles City, who was brought in by a friend or another family, and then, typical Filipino migration, bringing all their families to a better place. And another way is by recruiting, and and there's a good recruiting where the mama san just gets the girls, but there's a bad recruiting where there's a middleman who would sell the girls to the bars, but usually not the bars. My stepmom's cousin, when she first came to Angeles, my stepmom was looking for her, and the relative who brought that cousin to Angeles City said, "Oh, she's in the bar." So my stepmom asked which bars, and then the relative cannot answer. Eventually, we found out that she sold my stepmom's cousin in a small videoke bar in Angeles City. I don't know if you know Crossing area, and my stepmom's cousin can't go out because according to the owner there's debt she paid for the cousin, blah blah blah. So my stepmom just said, "I'll pay how much you spent," which is 3,000 pesos. uh, the one they paid the recruiter, the bad relative, and if you don't let my cousin go, I will call the barangay, which of course it's considered like a human trafficking. So I guess the the owner got scared and let the cousin go. So those are the ways that a Filipina girl could go to Angeles City. But some of them, um, why do they marry Filipinos anyway, or why do they have Filipino boyfriends? Or there are many situations. These are the situations that I heard, experienced, and saw. Some of them, they are married to foreigners, and then of course because they have no jobs or nothing to do, they would usually hang out with their Filipino friends, and then when they hang out with their Filipino friends, there would be other Filipino men, and then this Filipino man, there's gonna be a little bit teasing until something happens. I know someone that happened to them, and then some of these girls would, since there's a boys' night out, they're gonna say, "Oh, we need a girls' night out too." And yeah, they meet the host man. These are the men working like in the bar, like that, and they are selling their services to women and gays or old women for 3,000 pesos a night if you would go out with them, and their drinks are like 300 pesos if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, that is one way where they can meet the guys. Some are tricycle drivers that always drives them, and then maybe because they talk a lot they fall in love. And then some are just friends like that, or the bartenders like that, or the security guards. So those are the popular husbands and boyfriends, or police like that. But why do they fall for these men, when the foreigner can actually give them a better future or take care of them, not only financially, emotionally, security? Well, maybe because women wants some spice in their life. I mean, if it's too quiet, they feel like bad boys are good, or the thrill. Or sometimes I ask, uh, I actually asked one, two, three Filipinas who two of them are still married to a foreigner, then one stayed with her Filipino boyfriend. I asked them, why do you have a good husband, and why do you date these? Some of them said they are lonely, that their husband is always busy, and then some of them says like, my husband is doing it, so I can do it too. It means their husband is also, let's say, bar finding another woman, so it's like an excuse for them to do it too. It's sad, right? But it's their reason. And then the next one is, they said Filipino love is different. I don't know about that. So maybe in my own understanding, there's a cultural similarity, language, and then something like that. According to them, Filipino love is different. I don't know how different, but with the examples set on my family, especially my dad, I don't know. So that's what she said. That is the girl that stayed with her Filipino husband. But she's still dating foreigners. And then this one is still with her husband. Then the last one, I asked her the same thing. This is the one that goes like, they feel lonely, like that. And the Filipino man makes them happy, makes them laugh. Now I'll never be able to answer why Filipino women would still date Filipino men or Filipino lesbians, because I know some Filipinas who work in the bar and then their partners are lesbians, and they are supporting the lesbian. I think because of loneliness, or maybe they wanted respect, or maybe because some of them, sometimes they have no security, especially the bar girls. Let's be honest, not all of them can marry a foreigner, not all of them are lucky to find someone permanent, or not all of them, they would find, those foreigners who would pay them one night, 2 nights, but to keep them. So I think some of them just needs a relationship, something like that. Now, do I agree with what they do? I think if the bar girl is single and no one is supporting her, and she has no commitment with any foreigner, I think it's okay. I mean, she works in the bar. There's nothing serious. She knows her job. She can spend her money no matter what she likes. But if there is someone like taking care of her, supporting her, blah blah blah, I think that's another story, and it's something that I don't also understand that much. But regardless, I really hope that, yeah, uh, it, I think someone asked me, yeah, I think you also want to know on how you could know if they have a Filipino boyfriend. Usually, they would introduce like cousins, friends, that, but usually cousin is the best excuse, or a brother. You can usually know it. I think that's the only clue, and then sometimes, yeah, they would spend more time with that man than you. There's no exact way on how you could know that man is the partner or boyfriend, but at the same time, I think you can feel it, right? And yeah, for those who have been lied to and been in this situation, I'm sorry to hear that. And it's sad, but yeah, move on. Let's say, yeah, just try to move on and have a better life, and who knows, you can find a better person, right? And it can be a blessing in disguise that you found it. You found out about it. So that is gonna be my last video. They're so tough. And I do hope that everyone will have a good week ahead. It's so hot even though there's no sun. And yeah, thank you so much again for subscribing, liking, whatever. You all can always share your own topics below, and you can also share your insights about the situations. And maybe if you would ask me the right question, you can trigger the right answer. Just kidding. I hope everyone has a great weekend, because I'll try to make mine great. And have a nice weekend, everyone. Be good.